Now, the double up is on the side of Ldlc.
One up.
Just the one, yeah, just the one.
Pretty quickly, Sixer's gone. Lambert, though, he's aggressive right now, so if he could pull one back, that'd be fantastic. But you see Budapest 5, they don't want to peek any of these angles that could allow for a return to be found for Ldlc. If Budapest 5 are able to bounce straight back right now, then Ldlc, although they can just about scrape out the buy in the next round again for themselves, they'll be in trouble. They're just losing too many rounds for there really to be any sort of positives to be found. Let's see, it's still the 4-on-5. You definitely can't count them out right now. Hadji, Body, Afro, those three especially have been having some fantastic moments, and with the support of the up here from Lambert as well, it's certainly one that they can recover. I like this though. They got Torji in the pit. It looked like maybe for a moment they were going to go for the short control, and they have put down the Xbox smoke, I believe, looking at the map there to try and take some attention from the CT side over towards this area, but as we can see, not looking for the two-pronged attack. They are just going to be taking this up true long.
They're going to keep it simple, right? They want to make sure they have as least room for error as possible, and right now, well, the room for error could expand for Ldlc. They're being mollied out, they're being taken out as Body's trying to defend. No chance, Lambert just falls off like a lamb himself, and Afro and Hadji, they better pull out some crazy tricks. I don't know, jumping shots, Kaylee style, if nothing else. I mean, they don't really have a choice in the matter. Kukli style, yeah.
Do it, Hadji. There we go.
Do it, yes! There we go.
It's not going to be enough, though.
I mean, yeah, surely, but at least that he delivers, right? That's the one thing. Unfortunately, not much else you can do. 8-3, and this is the exact opposite of what I expected, but I'm so happy to be seeing it. Really.
Yeah, I mean, they're able to pull out the buy here on Ldlc, but it's just not looking good. I mean, Lambert's going to be limited. Sixer could drop, but I don't think he will, because they'd probably prefer to have the up in play, which I would likely agree with. I mean, Lambert could pull out the M4 and body armor for himself if they really want that extra firepower, if they're planning on taking the fights early on, or perhaps he could prioritize the utility. We'll see what exactly he goes for, but judging by the fact that body is already purchased up, it would indicate that likely they are buying. I mean, Sixer could go glass cannon if he wanted to drop that over, or he could even give a FAMAS now, maybe. But nah, they're just going to let Lambert buy up his own FAMAS. He has enough for pretty much the full nades. Missing the HE. But they want to ensure they can get whatever nades they can. And they're actually keeping a bit of money on some players, I think. 300 on body. I'm surprised he hasn't bought up a HE even. Or an extra flash. There we go. Buys up the HE in the end.
HE's always useful when you least expect it.
Ouch.
And yeah, that's going to hurt in the morning. Afro, jump.
It's hurting right now, man.
It hurts to watch it. I can't imagine. Well, I can definitely imagine how much it hurts when it happens to you when you play.
Come on, man! I just want to go B.
just hit the B site. Let's go. Oh man, what a nerve-wracking moment here, because you know Ldlc have everything on the line for this first half. Any mistake that could happen might be their last for the half itself. I mean, literally the CTs are down to their last leg. The op on Sixer and the rifles that are left over are the one thing that are even worth mentioning. Anything else is just gone. Economy gone. Their position destroyed. And as you said, B is coming out. Or the B site is being under attack. Good pop back. Doesn't really work like a charm though, as Lambert only good for Coolio. And Bodito, he's been quiet in map 1. In map 2, he's been a little bit off. But now here, he's truly showing his colors. And well, Hadji left in a 1-on-3. Good luck, Hadji. You'll need it. This is looking like 9-3 before long.
Yeah, is he noping out? I think he may be noping out. I guess if someone was to walk back out through tunnels now and give him a kill, maybe he'd go forward, but without a kit, there's just really no chance of him retaking this B-bomb site 1-on-3. So the weapon, it'll be useful in the next round, sure, but just the one being saved over, no real money in the reserve either for the majority of those Ldlc players. I think we might have to see them take an eco, and then at that point just aim to see if they can recover up to 5 rounds on that CT side. This has been, as you said, a shocking match so far. Ooh. As we didn't really expect it to be so one-sided here. This is the choice of Ldlc. I mean, they took Budapest 5 as map choice. And now Budapest 5, they're getting revenge. They want to do the exact same in return, and so far are doing so even more convincingly.
They're doing a pretty good job. I mean, this is much better than I ever imagined it. I am positively surprised, and the one thing I am perhaps a little bit enraged about is the fact that we didn't see this on Nuke, that we didn't see this kind of, not necessarily commitment, but definitely quality and style from Budapest on Nuke. It's just, you know, their map pick, their choice, and they had such a poor outtake at the end. Only getting, what, 3 rounds on their T side. Really hurting. Or CT side, excuse me. But in any case, it is going to be Pistols and Kevlar again. Ldlc, they have truly been defeated in mind and matter. And look at just how well they go challenge middle itself, and they clear the corners like bosses. This is what you enjoy watching.
Surprised he didn't take the knife.
Yeah. I
Didn't
would
want
have
to
risked
risk
the
it.
knife, actually. You know what? Risk it, because you have nothing to lose at this point, right? At least
Well,
get the extra money.
He has enough for the op anyway, but it would have been nice, a little bit of BM maybe, if you can get the bit of tilt started with a knife kill, bring it back to the 5,
Yeah.
get the pistol in the second half. They're like, oh, damn. But yeah, no, he's gotten himself a second kill even. The damage it'll be kind of effective, but I don't think they'll really be able to break it down before the half ends. Maybe going into the final round of the half, then Budapest 5 could be a little bit low on money on a couple players, but then there's a couple who are standing out with how much they have as well. So I don't think they're going to be worried about the economy for the rest of this half on the T side. So Ldlc, as I said, really just aiming now to see if they can find these final 2 rounds. That AK certainly going to help out. Sixer, I'd imagine, gives it over to a teammate, maybe Body. He's been performing decently so far. Gives it to Haji, makes sense. I would say probably has the most standout aim anyway. But yeah, nothing at all lacking in this buy for Ldlc, so there's no excuses. This is where they need to step it up.
I mean, no excuses. Been back about 5 rounds, maybe more. This is
Again,
man,
Sixer this time.
This guy he's just hitting those shots, man. You love to watch it. You love to see it. Flav blinded on long, taking down Haji, is burning, is able to extinguish that with his single smoke. And all of a sudden, Ldlc, they have 0 positional advantage. They have 0 positions to really work from. A retake is optional. If Body survives on long, as he will, they can try it. But they don't have short. They don't have CT even. It is a horrendous position to be in. This retake... Oh, man, Torji. This is the Torji I was insinuating upon, and, well, he is certainly delivering on all accounts. Love it. Absolutely enjoy it here.
Yeah, Buddy trying to do what he can. He does seem to have the read on the position.
Ooh.
Sixer flanking in through short as well, and this bomb isn't planted for Torji. Forced to drop the molly down, which will actually keep them off the defuse for now. But Sixer, he has a kick. Can he get in there?
I think he has it.
Apparently
Yeah,
not.
yeah.
Oh, maybe, yeah. Okay, yeah, he does. Plenty of time.
Yeah.
About half a second spare. Not quite.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit closer,
Yeah,
but either way,
that's
he
close.
gets it.
He gets
I
it,
was
yeah.
I was doubting, alright? I was doubting, I'm not gonna lie. With the flames going, the pressure, you know, I was letting it get to me.
I feel you.
But yeah, Ldlc, they get the 4th, but that's only that. It's the 4th round. They're going into the last now of the half, and they need that 5th to feel even decent, I would say, about this performance. And no matter what, they're going to need that pistol to kick off the second half. Otherwise, Budapest 5 are going to be in a prime position then to just go ahead and try and close this one out. Oh, trade. I would say that's worthwhile, being able to take down Torji.
100%. If you're able to eliminate a player like that, a monster like that, for a trade of your own, that is always worth it. Though, what the hell happened to their Body? I'm not sure why he is going as aggressive in that moment. I mean, yeah, okay, I understand the informational challenge that he tries to get more info, but surely there's a bit of a safer way of approaching it without at least having a chance, a refrag, because that's what they need. That's what they've been lacking all game long, continuously. The one thing that Ldlc really have been denied are refrags. Every single time there's a tag, there's a kill. The only time they would really get a refrag is when Budapest 5 commit to a site itself. So it's a little bit scary right now. Definitely unprecedented power coming from Budapest 5 themselves. Haji needs to stay alive. He's the only real defensive A left.
Yeah, he's going to have to go huge if it comes over in this direction. Although at the moment it looks like really you could still go to either of these bomb sites. I think B is maybe even a little bit more likely. As I say that though, I also begin to worry because the time is getting pretty low. They do need to get a move on extremely soon. The bomb is in the hands of Coolio. I'm not sure where exactly he's taking that right now. I believe he is trying to join up on B, and indeed, that's the goal. Trying to sell a bit of a fake. It's only going to be the one up on the window, and Bidito, he's actually managed to cover some serious ground. He's already gotten himself over towards the car. He's allowed now for them to take control of that bomb site, and although he will be traded back, at least it confirms that they're going to get that bomb planted. But a 2-on-2, this could still go either way, and Ldlc, they need it.
They desperately need it. You said it well enough. 5 would be that one magic number that would at least reinstate their confidence a little bit. Flav tagged and down. It's all on Coolio. This is it. The man with the plan, with the cool plan. Let's see if he can pull it off. He is in a position that is very vulnerable, but might not be predicted. I say that and jinx him. I apologize, Coolio. You're cool. Love ya, but that was just too good. Afro pulls it off and saves the day in the end. 5 rounds to Ldlc. This half is devastating. I have no other words to it besides just absolutely brutal, savage, wrecked. Okay, that didn't come out as best, but literally the worst possible outcome that they could have ever even hoped for here for Ldlc.
Yeah, I mean, you've also got to remember that they got the pistol, they got the round after it as well, and then it was just, let me count, 7 rounds in a row. 1 more single round for Ldlc, 3 in a row again for Budapest 5, and then the last round, of course, going the way of Ldlc. So, yeah, no, they did, the last 2 rounds then going the way of Ldlc. So, yeah, I wouldn't say that was too successful from them at all. They need this pistol, even with being able to get that 5th round back. If they lose the pistol at that point, unless they win out the force buy, they are in trouble because they'd likely be going down 12, maybe even 13-5. So, they need a strong start. And let's see if that's going to happen. I mean, they've got 2 players here going for the utility, 3 on towards Kevlar, and
Corey.
1 eliminated already. That's Lambert gone. He hasn't been having a great game so far, and unfortunately that trend continues.
Also, we just need to mention quickly the loot bet odds have improved massively for Ldlc, with good reason. But back to the topic at hand, this pistol round is open for interpretation. As you said, that's a much needed loss, or much dreary loss for Ldlc. They cannot really make up with their numbers in this case. Budapest 5 players on long itself, looking for control, and they will find it, at least to a certain degree. Flav, Corey, all chiming in. You said that the pistol is necessary. Well, it is, but unfortunately it's already gone. Haji, last man. He is good for 1, but he is good for none after. And that shall be 11 for Budapest 5. This is truly a horrendous outtake for Ldlc, and it seems like a flip of a switch. Once again, I know I bring this up again, but it seems like truly that the flip of the switch is here, because it's like they're just somehow they're pulling it off, Budapest 5, and nobody even bats an eye.
Yeah, it really does seem like at the moment they are doing it. Ldlc rather have very little to respond with, and at least in this round that's going to continue to be the case, because all they've got is the pistols, the same as they had in that previous round, but against much more formidable weapons in the hands of their opponents. So it is not much expected here. 12-5 is the very likely scoreline, and with that, Train is beginning to look a little bit more likely, or quite likely at this point. Sixer able to take 1 there on towards Corey, not too bad. It does give them access to the bomb site, and a bomb plant that really they should have had no right obtaining. They put very, very little investment into this round, so I think they're going to be pretty happy with 1 kill in the bomb plant for sure. I was going to say maybe a bit more to be found, but that is denied, at least for Budapest 5, so they can remain relatively happy themselves with how the round went. They're not going to be unhappy anyway, but Ldlc definitely finding some success with that bomb plant, which is much needed to give them the utility. And maybe an op as well. Sixer can get an op and body armor now because of that.
Yeah, he should be able to, at least mini Kevlar. Yep, mini Kevlar, and just enough to get the AWP. Much important. Well, this is actually a vital moment to kind of point out that the bomb plant gives Sixer survivability that he otherwise wouldn't have, and in this instance, this is exactly what LDLC desperately need. But look at Budapest 5. They're not going to be making the mistake of peeking middle. They don't want to give Sixer a chance to even tag one nor kill one. And with good reason, of course. They know how good he is. They know how good he can be. And risking a player like that is not worth it to them. Torji, oh, he spots the boost, takes the shot. Unfortunately, a little bit too fast for it, but that looked like it was on point. The head would have tilted back if it weren't for a quick response from Haji to fall down immediately after. Corey on middle, being a bit too aggressive. And the reply is almost imminent in return. Still Flav. No critical damage, but attack.
Yeah, actually ends up coming out worse for wear himself, so that's not nice. Down to 45 health, and considering he is one of the players with the stronger weapons, I was going to say that's not ideal. Could perhaps trade that over with Coolio if they got a chance, but not going to bother for now. Instead, playing Coolio up close, and of course with a spam through the smoke, actually retrieving 1 kill there for Budapest 5, for Fleeve to be specific, actually making up for, of course, the fact that he wasn't able to deal too much earlier on towards middle. But here we go, a 4-on-4. Still a round that really could go either way, but one that needs to go the way of LDLC if we want this game to be prolonged at all.
I mean, did they just fail this? Yeah, they failed.
I think so, yeah.
Smoke. Oh, man.
That is
Oof.
detrimental to say the least.
And Coolio with an MP9 delivers the second for Flav. You speak about delaying the game, or at least prolonging the game. Well, unfortunately, the game is already gone. They just don't know it yet. That was devastating. And this is nerves getting at them. That's why they missed that smoke. It's nerves, just a nervous tick. And, well, you said about nervousness for Budapest 5 might come into play. And it certainly looked like at the start it did a little bit. But this is a completely different beast right now that we are seeing, and it seems like LDLC, the ones that are losing a little bit of their cool, might use a little bit of Coolio in them. In any case, I don't even know how to respond to all of this. This is a complete opposite of what we expected. And, you know, it's good. It's enjoyable. We said that we want to see some great CS, and this is exactly what we're getting. Budapest 5 performing as expected in a way. Or at least in a manner that one had hoped from the get-go.
Ooh. They should know there's another player up close in the spawn, obviously, because that boost just came in. But, yeah, good start from LDLC. Thankfully able to get off to a better opening here. I mean, even then, they got the opening kill in the previous round initially and weren't able to capitalize on it. That is insanely aggressive. Right there from Fleeve, he just doesn't care. Going up onto the Xbox, he does end up falling, unfortunately. RZ around A is going to go down, as does Corey, and yeah, looking like LDLC should finally be able to get themselves around onto the board here on the T side. But yeah, no, I haven't been impressed by LDLC all that much. You said it's been a great game. I don't know, LDLC have been, in my opinion, a little bit disappointing in terms of what I expected from them here on Dust 2, and after what they showed us, especially back on Nuke. Not to take anything away from Budapest 5, but even with Budapest 5 playing at this level, I think we should be seeing a better LDLC to at least make it should be closer.
No, you're right. In that sense, we are not seeing exactly the best of LDLC. That it's been more of a up and down and just kind of bit of a single-handed round takes that we've seen out of them than anything else. Yet still, I just cannot but not feel happy for, but feel happy for Budapest 5 as to how well they're performing, and just the fact that we saw them on Nuke be a little bit devastated. That loss was not easy to take. 16-10, also not a result that one would have hoped to see out of Budapest 5 after an 8-7 half. So it definitely takes away a little bit there, but yeah, the performance out of LDLC had been abysmal in certain sense of the word, and underwhelming is, I guess, the right way to express myself in this case. Although, for me, it's Budapest 5 all the way right now. I'm just loving the ride they're taking us on. They're really just putting up a show, and it's an enjoyable one to watch. I'll say as much. Timeout being called, though. Gonna take a moment for themselves to try and discuss the current scenario, the current outtake, as there will be. Is this a buy for them? They don't really have the money to really go for something big, so
Only
pistols
get
and
1900 though, so they can't really even buy in the next round either way. But I think the lead that they have, they're kind of just willing to get a small bit and then focus more so on the round after next, ensuring that they have the ops that they have, maybe even a double op if they wanted to, and that they're not going to be lacking with nades. But yeah, one M4 here at least to work with. A few upgraded pistols and some aggression. They definitely have plans in mind. As they push out through short, they also have that M4 push up in tunnels. And Coolio will be successful. He's able to claim the life of Afro here in the beginning. Immediately, you see the pressure for Ldlc as they realize they need to try and pull something back, get some control, and the goal is to do so around middle. In the meantime, though, again, the short players continuing to aggress, and so far not being punished for it, surprisingly.
It definitely comes off a little bit weird that Ldlc are this indifferent to the aggression. Oi, 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 Flav. He spots the second as well. That's the bomb carrier right now. No way, Sixer, you need to be more careful than that. And Haji, he's gonna take the fight. At least able to take him out. Body finding himself a frag in between. But look at this. On site, Haji stepping right into the crosses of Coolio. And the round, as quickly as it might have begun, it quickly falls apart on a full tilt mode for Ldlc. There's no other way to put it. This is, this is the culmination of all the rounds they've been losing and all the rounds they've been letting go. It's really just a show and tell of how easy it is to bring down even a Titan of their size when they are not exactly in the most right of spaces.
They had one M4, a few pistols.
Yep. I mean, they had the one M4 that they saved, and they bought up pistols and deagles, basically, that with a few Kevlars that they could have afforded in general. That's it. And they win. They win the round. It's like, oof, Ldlc really having a tough time right now.
Oh yeah, I mean, more than maybe just a tough time. This has been very, very tough, very rough, and just all around difficult. I mean, yeah, Coolio even kicking things off here. Haji trying to take that fight over towards tunnels, ends up getting smoked, and then just immediately shot in the head before he can even fade away. Coolio getting another through the smoke on towards Lambert this time. Oh, just nothing is going the way of Ldlc. Budapest 5 on the brink of taking themselves map point here. And with that, giving themselves at least that security of an overtime, and I mean, very likely being able to send it over the train, let's be real. Oh, he actually got the tag there on towards body, but that was a peak that wasn't really needed, if I'm being honest. They had a 5-on-3, especially with so much time. Just left Ldlc fester in the pressure of having to recover that situation somehow, of being left in a 3-on-5 in such an important round with no one peeking and no one giving them chances. Then the pressure really does mount. I mean, ooh.
As you said, nobody peeking, nobody giving them a chance to return. Well, even when given a chance, even with Flav and his confidence, basically, putting the pieces back together bit by bit here for Ldlc, it's not enough. 15th is here, as you said. OT at the very least confirmed, but doubtful that we're going to see anything but train at this point, given how it's all going. Third map is all but confirmed. We're about to find out the outcome, as Ldlc are investing into AKs, into a scout there by Sixer, and they'll put whatever they can on the board to make sure that this is still a winnable position for their squad. But okay, that's the bomb.
It's the bomb as well, yeah.
Why is the bomb so delayed? Everybody's already pushed up so far. Look at where they are on short from the bomb yet in suicide. Body, double. Maybe the third. Flav will find himself Lambert. The bomb yet to be retrieved even. And I'm fairly certain they know that the bomb is up there.
Oh! Had he landed yet?
I didn't look like it. Can we get a replay?
Absolutely nasty. We might need maybe a few replays if Torzi's able to pull off this clutch. A 1-on-2 definitely still achievable, but the bomb, it was finally retrieved and will indeed be taken over to that B-bomb site that they obviously know is clear. They're actually going to leave a lurker around mid, surprisingly. I would have preferred if they both just stuck together in this situation, if I'm being honest, but let's see. Afro over towards the lower tunnel, obviously he'll be able to get the info about where Torzi's going to be coming in from, and likely would have heard those footsteps into spawn, and I think Torzi, I figured he was going to try and save. No, just going to swap out to the AK, swap back to the op, and yeah, then he does decide to save. Makes sense. I mean, sure, they have a massive lead, but there's no point in just throwing the op away. If he carries that over, he can actually drop 2 rifles, and Corey can buy for himself, so they can manage to actually scrape together an investment.
I was just about to say, yeah, like like I would understand if he'd wanted to go. The 1-on-2 retake is not impossible. He has the time. He has, well, he had the time. He had the kit, and even the utility was not that bad. But then again, when you look at the economy, when you look at the bigger picture, they have the buffer zone. They don't need to push it like this, right? They don't need to put themselves at harm's way. And indeed, it will be the smarter choice in this case to try and save it up, drop 2 rifles, as you said, and now move into a bit of a different scenario. Budapest 5, they've been so aggressive. They've really been relentless with their pushing and with their consistent nagging over the heads of Ldlc. I am eager to find out if perhaps they switch out their game plan a little bit and perhaps start approaching it a bit differently. By the way, no drop from Torji. He actually dropped the secondary AWP to Flav. So there goes that.
Oh.
And solo aggression towards short never pays off, kids. Remember, solo is never good. No matter...
Yeah. Unless you're on this corner, maybe where Body is right now, just holding. But yeah, as aggressive as he was, unless someone on the T side is also playing solo, then it's usually not going to work out too well. But they have recovered elsewhere. The 1-for-1 trade, when Fleave is also able to pick one up at the Yop, suddenly leaves them in a 4-on-3. A favourable position for sure. The Deagle, unfortunately, in the hands of Coolio being the only weapon defending A, so it was a little bit more of a passive approach. And I don't know. It looked like the player may have moved further into mid to ensure he wouldn't be spotted. And I also think the long player has done the same. But it doesn't seem too much like he has. I think he just wanted to push. Oh, Corey, likely to go down, yeah. Is indeed going to drop, and now they just need to move together. What did they do, though? They had a bit of control around mid, but I think they still just want to head up short.
Yeah, it seems like the safe call, although the Deagle here could have something to say about that. The safe call, yes, to be safe completely, although I say it and they get it. Lambert will clear out Coolio, the long player. In this case, Bodito needs to be careful. If they want to have a chance of winning this round, they need to they need to buy time for Flav to arrive and actually go for the challenge himself. And this 2-on-2 is definitely possible, as Ldlc are going to be encroached upon from long itself. The off peeking out. There it goes. Bodito delivers. Now Body, the one and only. He needs to save this. The legend of the CS scene of France. Oh, yeah, there we go. That's 16-7. Fair enough. We're going to map 3, folks. That was a bit anticlimactic, trying to build up a storyline for Body, but that kind of falls apart.
Yeah, just a little bit. Nah, he wasn't really able to do too much. Unfortunate that Sixer missed that up shot as well and lost out to Bodito there over towards long, of course, into 2-on-2. As the Body then just trapped on the bomb site. Very difficult position, wasn't able to do much with it, and overall Ldlc just having, as you said, a very underwhelming performance here on Dust 2. But Train coming up next, I think one statistically even between these two teams, which is maybe a bit worrying considering what we just seen here, where we definitely favored Ldlc. But I don't think Ldlc are going to be going into another map with such a low